Today we're looking at the Vitruve GMT Blue from French microbrand Beaubleu. And stick around as I take the watch around a crazy golf course in my usual walk around towards the end of my review. It's great to have you here. But before we do anything else, here's the watch's spec in 90 seconds. Hello and welcome to another review. Now today I'm looking at the Vitruve GMT Blue from microbrand Beaubleu, who is based out in the beautiful city of Paris. And blue is the colour of Paris and one of Beaubleu's main inspirations. And it's that Parisian inspiration that actually forms the name Beaubleu. And just to warn you in advance, I am going to get several French words wrong, such as the word Beaubleu. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly, because us English, we absolutely butcher the French accent, so I apologise in advance. Now I'm going to go straight to what I think stands out the most on this watch, and that are the hands. Now all three hands are circular, with the largest second hands in blue being the dominant hand. Now the circle is Beaubleu's signature, and according to them, the circle is the starting point for all conceptualization of space. And that's space in the context of a void or emptiness. Now that's a very deep-rooted influence, and you'll see that in all of Beaubleu's timepieces. And that influence came from their founder, Nicolas Duc-de-Farm, a specialist in luxury product design and known for his work in the Grandes Maisons of Place Vendôme, a square in the first arrondissement of Paris. As you can see, there are three very prominent circular hands, with the second hand a touch thinner than the minute hand and the hour hand, and the idea is that when they move, the hands swirl and overlap, creating what Beaubleu say is a graphic pattern in perpetual motion. The circles remind me a little of the hands you'll find on the Copernicus of Russian brand Rakita, whose concept is the movement and position of two planets, Earth and Jupiter, relative to the Sun. So whilst the idea of circular hands aren't necessarily unique to Beaubleu, the concept of circular hands being used as a symbol of a void and emptiness as a new element of communication is. I mean, the hands really are the star of the show, and from a personal perspective, I really like that. It really gives what I feel is a very unique personality, not just to this watch, but to Beaubleu's brand in general. Let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, from a practical point of view, I must say it takes some time getting used to read the time, but after a while it does get easier. Now this has two crowns, both hidden, both signed. The crown on the right here is to adjust the time, with the crown on the left to rotate that in a bezel. Both have decent grip, and I must say that hiding those two crowns really is a great decision in my opinion to keep this watch very dressy. The crystal is sapphire, scratch resistant and has AR coating, and this is all powered by a Miyota 9015. Sat behind this exhibition case back. It has 42-hour power reserve, 28,800 beats per hour, 24 joules, hacking seconds, and is hand windable and a branded rotor. It really is an attractive movement, and it all sits in this 316L stainless steel case with both polished and brushed finishing, and it's a good mix between these two. As seen just now in the 90-second spec vid, it comes in at 39mm case diameter, and now I measured it in at 45mm lug to lug. It's 20mm at the lug and 9.5mm thick, so very slender for my 7.5-inch wrists. Now this is on the blue handmade leather strap, which to me looks beautiful, I must say, but a steel version is also available, which in my opinion takes this watch to another level. Now I decided to film my 90-second spec vid with the blue strap, as that is the cheaper option, coming in at $980, which is around about 815 UK pounds or 920 euros, whereas the steel comes in at 1,110 US, 920 UK pounds, and that's 1,045 euros, so a good $130 markup for the steel bracelet, but in my humble opinion I think that really looks the part, so well worth the premium. The leather band comes in on a self-adjustable butterfly clasp, which is signatured. I must say that on my 7.5-inch wrists, I am the third adjustment hole in towards the end of the strap, and that end of the strap just about makes this fixed loop. But that does leave a loop free here, so if you do have larger wrists, I would just take this free loop off. I mean, the leather's nice, soft to touch and very well made, but I must say I really do love the steel bracelet. It's much more comfortable, easy to adjust, and I think just looks far superior to the leather strap. Overall, I really like it. It's one of the best watches I've crossed paths with, and albeit in my relatively early journey in creating these microbrand videos, the design, the hands, even the very elegant mix of polished and brushed steel, to the hidden crowns and the two interchangeable straps, which I have, it's really stunning in every single way. I think that 39mm in diameter, 45mm lug to lug, and 9.5mm thick, it does feel a little petite on my wrists, and I wish it was perhaps 2mm wider in the case, but I rather like it. I love that Beaubleu's circular hand watches were derived from two reflections, time and experience. Again, as you know, I love the personality that all microbrands have in general, and in all my time learning about microbrands and the influence of their respective owners and really absorbing their creativity that goes into the design of a microbrand watch, I really feel that this one in particular is extremely deep rooted. Representation of time and experiences, with three very unique hands representing the void and emptiness as an element of how we interpret time. I mean, this may come from one man's influence, but I really feel that we all have experiences relatable to that core message of what Beaubleu are trying to achieve. Well, good morning, Vitruve. See you later. Oh yes.
This is insane. I'll be back with it now.
Your party. So this is where dignity comes to die.
Your Puss in Boots?
Heat It's because it's a much bigger place.
And we're back.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Mom!
Night, night, Vitruve.